I wait for someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I want to feel your death without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I want to tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I want to feel your death without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? Wish you all the best I can, then I stop myself for a while.
Chase your tail light. I'll be under your skin, letting you go for a while. Then I'm taking you in. Your face like diamonds, glimmer and punch. Shiny predator with a golden gun. Space age girl machine. Space age girl machine. Space age girl machine. Thought you lost me, but I'm right behind. I'm dirty and I'm fancy, and I made you blind. Your face like diamonds, glimmer and punch.
Congratulations, Miles, on the helium hotspot, man. I'm glad that they took care of that for you. That was them doing the right thing right there. That was cool. Glad to see you got it up and running. That's further than I could ever go. Boomer.
Space age girl machine. Space
We're almost ready.
Space age girl machine. Space age girl machine. Space age
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I sure say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Road Dog, mixing it up a little bit, giving a shout out to KISS, yeah. What's going on in the markets, man? Altcoins still seem to be going on a little bit of a rally, so never complaining about that when it makes numbers go up, right? Because I like numbers go up. I like my portfolio to go up. Playing this for the long haul, where the big money is made in the bigger, longer holds, and that's just a fact of life. It doesn't mean that you have to be a hodler of the whole thing. There's all kinds of different ways that you can play this game. Being the day trader, as glorious as they make it seem, is where most people fail or spin their wheels and waste their time and realize that, you know, I could have made more money if I just kind of bought there and didn't sell it and just held it for a while. But to each his own, and you know, there's all kinds of ways to attack this market. You do you, I do me. We make money, and maybe we see a Lambo in the future. Here on the data, I got some good news. We're above the non-moving average, which has crossed bearish bullishly. Bullishly means positively above this 21 moving average, that red line. Green line crossing the red line. We've been up there for about 3 days now and holding steady. Now there's a blue line here, which is a 50-day moving average, just kind of keeping us under wraps, you know, not letting us get too excited. Still waiting for these areas over here, 62, 63,000. The clear has not happened yet. Probably won't happen for a minute. It's got a better chance to happen now than it has in the past, though, since we have regained the 21 and the 9. I mean, we got some hopeful there. But just a secret between you and me, what the charts are telling me is that we're likely to have a bunch more chop and maybe another drop. And I don't know if it's going to be a bad drop or a shallow drop. I would tend to believe it's going to be more of a shallow drop just to revisit the areas, but that's just me speculating, just like you speculating, and we can all speculate together. Doesn't mean that we're going to be right at all. It's what the numbers actually do on the chart. Now, one thing I will point out, just as a local pattern, I've mentioned this a few times, we got the old flying nun hat. That's the only thing I know to call it, or the messed up spaceship. I don't know what you call it, but you run into this quite a bit, so much that I've had to take notice over the years. And it's one of those that you see and then you forget about as things happen, and you're like, what? But I found these to be mostly bullish. It seems that we have a tendency to recover from these. If you look and you find this kind of weird shape, you don't normally see it down to the downside. You kind of see it kind of recover. I'm just throwing that out there. This is not an official pattern by any means, and I'm not going to try to name it and claim it or anything funky like that to make a name for myself. It's just something I've noticed and I'm sharing. A weird type of double bottom is what I see, but we did get a lower bottom here, so take that for what it is. Doesn't mean that there's got to make another lower bottom. Again, going over the daily stuff ad nauseum on Bitcoin, bounced off the 360 moving average is very relevant. I normally watch this since we're in so much chop and have been for the past several weeks. I watch it on smaller time frames, but of course I'm always looking at the bigger time frames to tell me what the hell is going on. It's something that a lot of people forget when they get caught up on the small time frames. You got to remember, man, it's 800 moving average on the daily, 660 moving average on the daily, 360 moving average on the daily, 200 moving on the average on the daily. The momentum is up and to the right. You can't deny that. It was up and to the right over here. We were fine, and then put the brakes on it, and we've been chop in a range, a bearish kind of small trend, and it's had its scary moments. We have not fully recovered, but we're working on it. There's the possibility that, yeah, we can do it. We got to recover that 200 moving average. Currently, that's at 63,000. I'd like to see about 63. I'd love to see 65 average. 65,000 get hit and hold. I would feel much better about this. Oh, we're looking a little bit more buoyant. We're probably going to start floating more skyward than sinking down toward the depths of the murky waters of the ocean. And and we just hanging out, baby. That's all we can do is just hang out and let it do what it's going to do, because we can control it. We can react to it. We can plan for it. We can't control it. We can try to predict it. We can call ourselves the man, make ourselves look like the man if we happen to get lucky, but we can't control it. So what have you got? You hang in there and you stick to your conviction. And my conviction is number going to go up for Bitcoin. That's why I'm playing it, trying to get as much as I can. And you know, that's always a challenge in itself. So there we are on the day. Let's take a look at the 4 hour, see how we're faring over here. Now we are below the non-moving average, and it's always a cause of concern for me here. So bigger time frames were good. Smaller time frames, we're kind of iffy right now. We in that range. Still below the 200 moving average, coming in about 62,000, and we are underneath the non-moving average, which is at 60,753. We're $20 away from it. Make me holla, baby. Let's go reclaim that. Let's send this momentum going back upward. You can do it. I got faith in you. On this particular chart, the 4 hour, it's the 360 moving average that is just keeping us down. Sometimes I just like to hang out over here on the 6 minute time frame, and makes sense. That's what I watch it on. And when you look at it, because it tells me everything I need to know, basically, because we got our Lucy line over here, the price, you cannot deny that it respects Lucy. Dips back to Lucy, comes down, hangs around on top of Lucy, bounces around on top of her. That should be illegal, but for somehow she kind of likes it. What the 6 minute is warning me about is that this 800 and this 666 moving average are coming close to a cross. Now, I don't want to see that. We just regained her over here and had fun with her, and now we're talking about a crossing. Oh man, if that starts happening, and then we get a 360 crossing the 200. Basically, we got some larger moving averages that are catching up with some smaller ones, and they shouldn't be doing that right now. We need some bulls to show up and pump this price up and actually make this into a bull flag to the upside. That's what we be needing. And if we don't get it, well, we coming back down. We're coming back down here. We might be testing 59 again if we don't start seeing that. That's what it says here. So I'm just watching it unfold over here. So far, we're just kind of iffy. We're above the 200. We kind of give her credit where credit is due. We got that idea going on, but now altcoins, so why Bitcoin is just kind of hanging sideways and not doing very much and not making anybody millions or getting us new Lambos. Altcoins are starting to do a little something though. How long will it last? Here we're on altcoins. This is the main thing I'm looking at, this total 3 index over here. And we just a booking. We recovered this area of 579, 580 billion. Sometimes I accidentally say millions or thousands. It's billions. That's a lot of money there. We had another little resistance area about 583. We finagled through there, and now we're above it. We're headed to 614 billion, meaning altcoins looking nice. If you look at this trend line we're deviating from it. Okay. That's I look at these early signs. That's one of the first signs of maybe going parabolic. We start out here, then we adjust because we got my wick at another angle. So we're getting steeper, are we? Well, that's cool. And now we're even starting to deviate more from that. I can see a strong move coming for altcoins, and I'm happy about it. And it makes sense if you look down right below at Bitcoin dominance, it lost its trend line, retested it, and it's coming down. So this is what we should expect when Bitcoin dominance is coming down. We would hope that it would help raise altcoins. People coming out of boring Bitcoin and putting some of that money into some, riskier altcoin plays. Now, how risky are they going? Well, right now we seem that memes are starting to come back. That's what I'm seeing today. It looks like we got a little revival out of memes, but mostly it's some of the more, just some of the more secure and proven altcoins have been doing good. Some of your higher value altcoins, your Phantoms, your A-Stars, your Links, your Stacks, your Caspas. Excuse me. Some of those guys are doing good and taking the limelight. I like to come over on Crypto Bubbles just to see what's popping over here, and looking on the month. This is where you get the real telltale. things going on. This is just the top 100, but we're getting more and more showing up green over here. That's good. But these top 100, these are your coins, man. Aave, HTX, Sats, Zcash, Clayton, HNT, Tron. Go figure. Tron up 16%. On the weekly, it's looking a lot better for all of them, though, right? So I like it. Tao's up 23%. We'll take a look at that one. I've also got a little watch list over here. I believe it's this one right here. I haven't updated this in a while, but it was the ones that were doing good for the whole year, and now we got a few little red ones in there. But these are strong coins for the whole year. AIOZ, Radium, Nosana still making our list there, still being up. It's probably a little bit better if we look on the month. We can probably weed out some of the stronger ones in there. Xano, Velo, LimeWire, HNT, some of those popping off. On the week, it's a lot more green over there. But we come back to Bitcoin, looking here. I don't know. It's everybody's seeing something different. Look, an Adam Eve, a cup in handy, or the flag. You know, it's best if you zoom out. It's just best to zoom out and you see us in that big old descending channel, opening, broadening wedge, or a megaphone pattern, as we have a tendency to call it. And now it looks familiar because everybody's drawing this, and we're hoping that, you know, maybe it was an accumulation when those Wyckoff things, and this was the spring. That could still be playing out. Could be. I just saw this, just noticed this here on the 4 hour. We are below it. We are bearishly below it. And this is 800, 600, 200, 300. There's a little bit of mismatch here. This 4 hour chart. We've got a chance here for the 600 to bullishly cross over that 800, and that could give us a nice little lift up, maybe a little local lift. I don't know if it'll get us past the 618 Fibonacci, this area where the 200 moving average is coming in, that place that we desperately do need to get above. That's about 62,000. Don't know if we'll make it quite up there. Could. 200 is above the 360. That's in our favor. Getting ready to get the 666 above the 800. That can give us a little hot air in our balloon to give us a little rise. I'm for that. I say go for it, baby. Go for it. Let's do it. Let's get everybody bullish again. Well, are we going to have a good day tomorrow in Jackson Hole? Because that's what's happening. Fed Charles speech tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I will tell you what I expect to happen. Same thing I expect every time when the market makers have their field day, which is any day that the Fed wants to talk, and we got information coming out on Fed weeks and stuff. It's the same story every time, especially on the smaller time frames. You see that little heartbeat pattern. So watch this and see if you don't see something where it pumps up and bumps down and it does the little heartbeat. And it may be the opposite. I'm kind of betting. I kind of think it might do this. It'll come down, come up, then come back, and then fake us out, and then. Is that what you think? Usually they try to, if I'm not mistaken, now this can go anyway, I'm just speculating here. Usually they take us up and then take us down, and they level us out, and then we start following the initial move. So maybe it'll go up first. I don't know. But we do see this happen, so expect to flush out. Just be ready for it. Anything that you really like, any cool prices that you really like, you might want to pyramid in. I'm just saying, there's going to be they will be coming for Bitcoin and everything else on those days. They like to do it. This is what they do. It's how they make their money. See, we make our money, and what we tend to forget is we have these big moves. This is where we really nail it. This is where all the gains come from. When we get those big sweep ups, or if you're shorting and you're shorting down, they make their money in the chop, and they love to chop us up. So the problem, and I've had this personally too, and I think a lot of traders do, is that, we make our gains and we post it looks so good, look like a genius and everything, and then we start trading the chop, expect, well, we will have to go up more. And we get caught up in the chop and give up our gains, and they're good at taking that money back. I recommend you don't trade the chop. It'd be kind of silly. That's basically my synopsis here for crypto in a nutshell. Now we can take a look at some of these altcoins. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's hanging out with me tonight. We got Jason, we got Mr. Miles is first, and Jason, and Straka, and Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles, congratulations again on your helium hotspot miner. Hope it works out great for you. It has been an adventure, I must say. We got Disclosure Crypto, and Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? Mr. Miles says, yeah, they had sent you a product with bad firmware. That's why they replaced this one. I knew it had to be something software. Yeah. Well, at least they did the right thing there. It only took me 62 emails to get it solved. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you had the fortitude to do it, because I'd already given up on it and I'd just already written them off. Good Brown Gravy says 50% of my portfolio is Doge, and I'm starting to wonder if I should have sold in March. Oh man. Woo. Doge will come around. I'm sure that it will. It always does. Let's take a look. One of the ones that's popping off right now is, of course, Popcat. It's a meme, so memes are starting to pop off. People are starting to feel a little more comfortable right now for some reason. They go back into memes. Let's take a look at it on the daily, see what we got with it. We had a trade set up here that we looked at. I can't even remember when, sometime this past week. I've got a target up here to 74 cents, and we're at 59 right now, so. I'm going to brag about this one. It looks like we're getting a nice little possible Adam and Eve structure forming here. It's a bottom pattern that can lead to much bigger gains. There's a measure move we can take from that that gives us past $1. Finding rejection here on the 4-hour 200 moving time, moving average here. So how many gains have we got here? I guess this is the point where I say shout out to everybody who's making gains on this setup. Join my trading group. Mine's free, by the way. We had an entry point at 44 cents, and we are up 42% on this trade setup. I've got a little bit of this, but I didn't actually play this. So, you got that. Let's just one we chart. But if I see something good, I'll put a trade set up. I'll do it. I need to get more in the habit of posting these. I want to take a minute to do that over here at our Road Dog chart room. Here we are in the trade setup. See, Crispy Chicken had some trade setup over there. I want to post this little guy over here without very much detail because, well, I don't want to bore you guys to death here. Watching me type like a boomer here. We got Popcat on 4-hour. With 42% gains, baby. Yay, okay, so that's our little bragging right now. We can move this little guy over and see what we really got going on here. So I'm still sticking with the Adam and Eve thing. If you're looking for that, that's a much bigger move, and you can take your measure move for that little guy. Depending on how ballsy you want to go with it, it does suggest that we might come up here to 107. That's taking it from the dingle dangle. If you want to do the Adam dingle dangle, I want to take it from the E booty shot. What else would you call it? I mean, if it's Adam and Eve, we got to use your imagination. One must be male, one must be female. I'm assuming this roundy one is the female and the pointy one's male. I don't know where these names come from. That was the first one we were looking at right here. This is about 96 cents. So a couple of measure moves there. Normally I would fib it out to see if we got any confluence, but these are fairly good at hitting. I still got a 74 cent target just for this move. There is a good chance that, I mean, these are great little places that we had target set up at, first of all at 51, then over here at this area at 57, and the one that's not yet been hit is 64. I do expect it to roll over around here and retest and then start popping up. So that's the idea on Popcat. Looking nice. Manakey is something I'm not in, or if I am, it's just for a few dollars on some Solana wallet. But she's doing good. rounded shape there. Can't beat that. Love that. On the 4 hour outside the cloud, this one's getting ready to do something, folks. I'm sorry. She got her nice little rounded bottoms. It looks like it's already paid out just a little bit. Now she can come up here and get some rejection in these areas, about 0.0058. Back here, I'm sure our fibs will spell that out for us. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. Did ya? That was right below it. Right on it, baby. Right on that little wick. That's why I like my fibs, baby. They're saying anything under here is accumulation under 0.00055. Anything above it is going to be gold. I like this 0.0089. That's where Lucy's hanging out. That's where 618's hanging out. And I say that looks like a good target, but your first one's going to be always 0.0055. Just saying. If it goes from where we are up to there, that's a good 25% gains. If it makes it up here to this area, I've got mentioned out, that's 100% gains. And that's where I like to moonbag the little guy and say, oh, pull my money back out and just let this little baby ride. Let it ride for a few months or for the rest of the year or this market and see how many gains you can make after you pull your collateral out. A risk-free crypto moonbag, best strategy in the game, hands down, in my personal opinion. BitTensor Tau looking kind of nice. She was up at what, 333? Oh, look at you flirting with Lucy on the 4 hour. Y'all don't know Miss Lucy. Well, she's the girl that likes to just take our dreams and burst our bubbles and all that good stuff. But she's hanging out there, doing her little thing. Stick your tongue out at Lucy. There you go. That little devil girl just sitting up right over here. I gotta keep my finger on the button so that I remember to take her off of there. The possibility we got a little breakout. You need to zoom out for that guy. Are you breaking out, Tal? Are you breaking a pattern, Tal? Kind of a local line there. We got a local pattern. Might be in the early stages. We see me. It's late at night here. I got 396. That's the area I really want to see it hit. Will we have to work up there? I don't know how she's going to keep on playing. 345 is an area we got that we've not quite hit just yet. Looking good, Tal. You just keep on pumping and pumping, going from 170 up there. That's a pretty good come up. If you had the forethought that when we had that big dump to buy some more Tau instead of selling it and saying, oh my God, it's going to zero. Yeah, it could be doubling up now. But that was a crazy time. You can't expect people to have the clarity of mind just to think on this, because everybody's usually just freaking out. Oh, my crypto! I should sell now. And a lot of people did. But it's the people that were buying those big dips, buying the blood in the streets, that have had more of a comeback. It's helped my portfolio make a little bit of a comeback, so I like that. Here's one that I follow a lot, is ARC-M. I was one of the first channels that actually mentioned this one back in the day. You can find my early videos on it. And she's had her ups and downs, but I've been in this one for a while, and I will continue to be in this one because I think she can get back up to these $3-4 areas, and she's sitting at 113 right now. I want to clear all this guy out because that looks like a mess. We're on the weekly. Let me come down to the daily. So it's not as crazy looking here. This is one of my plays, and I know that they are putting this coin to use where you have to, Arkham Intelligence, the ones that go around snitching on everybody's wallets and all that. That's what it is, but they're using the coin where you have to for the service. So they got it sounds like they got a pretty decent use case for it. It's an actual legit project, not one that's just vaporware making promises or anything. No, they're actually going to tell on you and snitch you out to the highest bidder. So you got that to look forward to in crypto, however you want to interpret it. What it is, but as long as she makes me money, I'm kind of cool. And sometimes they have some good information out there. 274 is where I'm waiting for it to come back to, and I like what I'm seeing here. And that could be 150% gains, and that tickles my fancy. We got some warnings here on the moving averages. It's going to be a tough battle, but level by level, so we need 150 to be the next target I'm looking for Arkham. Thorchain Rune still trying to make a comeback. We're above $4. That's got to be good because she was down about 260, and that was freaking me out. I was like, oh my God, am I going to lose this position? You're getting really close. And now it's totally different. I'm deep risk, and shoot, baby. Things are starting to look promising. Not recovered yet, but it's looking very, very likely that we can bounce back with this with no problems, but just a little opportunity cost. Giddy. Still looking 456 big coming. I'm looking at 200 moving average here on the daily about 550. Go for it, baby. Do it. But check back with this one as she makes a little bit more higher highs and everything. But just look at her on the 4 hour. She's regaining the 200 moving average. Good sign if she can hold it. What's a good sign that she can hold it? If you start seeing some other moving averages cross bullishly over that, you got more of a chance for price to be held above that 200 moving average. Like the 9 would be the first one to cross, 21 to cross over it. And then that, of course, that 50 crossing over, there's your buy signal right there. It's your official buy signal anyway on the 4 hour time frame. I like what I'm seeing here. There's some resistance, but there's also, if you remove this little line because you don't want to impede price and look at it just a little different, squint your head, tilt your head sideways. Well, you got a little something here that can break out of this trend line. Not so much concerned about this one. And looking for some number to go up. AIOZ, another one that I like. Let's check it out over here on the KuCoin chart. Zoom out just a little bit so we can figure out what's going on. Apparently we'd have a trade set up. I suppose this has been a while. If that is true, then she's had lots of fun. Bouncing off a 618, respecting that. 41 cents. Coolio. I like that. It's just going to be choppy for this one for a while, so it's going to take this one a while to move. So this is a good little accumulation area in my personal opinion. 800, 600, 360 at 200, they're all lined up. You just got the 100 and all the other ones below it barely crossed over that 200. So they flip-flopped, finding support here on the 360, so that can bounce them back up. We're looking for 60 cents coming next target. Also in a falling channel. Suggest that this little area up through here, somewhere around 70 cents, top of the channel there, we should be headed that way, baby. ICP, then close the damn door, flush it. Doing what it should do, baby, here on the daily with the 600 moving average, 800 moving average. Notice that we get the bullish cross. Lucy crossed over that 800, and after she did, it was a nice big bumpy bump. We come back down and test that again because for some reason we like to hang around with the devil here on the market, financial markets. Devil's in the detail, I guess, as long as you just know the truth about it and can make your plans around it, you know. And that tidbit of information can be helpful instead of scary as hell. So we're doing good here with ICP and looking positive. She wants to be coming up to $9.18. Are you believing that at ICP? We've been waiting forever on this one. It's been lackluster. Everybody just said, what the hell is that? This one's not going to do anything. Let's just know Solana killer. That's one's bull crap. But here we are making a higher low and we're starting to go up, and I would not doubt that we'll come back up to $10. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Daddy got a bag of it. Daddy want to prosper. Daddy want to make some profit from you. I like it. I'm in it. I am not ashamed of. This is coming from the man who can lick his eyebrows. Ethel, don't look. It's just giving me some weird thoughts with that tongue. Well, I've not got a breakout yet, but we're working on it. Let's go, baby. Do you want a measure move from this little guy? You want the falling wedgie measure move? Do you want the Bukowski measure move, or you just want the ye old standard, which basically they come out about the same, if you be honest about it. If she breaks out here, that could bring us up to this nice little 2.618 area at $18 for ICP. Do we like that idea? I like that. Can we get just a little like, a little follow, a little subscribe there? Can we get something along those lines?
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Cool Brown Gravy says, have you heard of the Solar X miners? I have not. Or at least, maybe I have, but it hasn't stuck. I'm gonna write it down. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Grimmer says, Ori. We looked at that fairly recently. Might have been last night even. Look at it again there. That's one of my holdings. I like it. And JN Fishing says, can you look at Theta? I sure can. I'll put it on the list here. I am almost done with my list there. Nazarite 0721 messy charts mean you actually study, Road Dog. Wow. Nobody's actually presented that way, but I appreciate that. My charts get messy. They do, and they get deleted. They get all kinds of stuff. Oh, why did you? Where's my back button? All right, so I forgot to draw my line over 2618. I can't say that I come across, you know, when I have my fibs up. I was going to go a different route with that one. Another way to get that measured move, this is a cheat sheet with a fib. If you want to use a fib to get that measured move for a falling wedge, this is how it's done. Thomas Bukowski takes the high all the way down to the low, and basically you take that and you multiply it by 62%, which is the same as just, hey man, we'll just take that little line from that 618 and draw it all the way back down to 0. There you go. Lucky there comes just right, really close to that one that we had over here. That's why this is a good cheat. That's why it's a good cheat to take this one. Or if you want to get just really picky, just go from the top of the trend line down to the bottom of the trend line. That would be a more conservative type guy. So 3 different ways to get it. I'll get you up here in the same area, about $17. So apparently, if you do pull a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, your fibs will also tell you that, hey man, the 786 looks like a good target. I'm going to mark it. And there's something you won't find with the 1 minute gurus. They ain't got a clue. They're too busy chasing flags to the upside. I like ICP, right? It's looking really strong bouncing off this area. The 800 moving average and all that going on. Yeah, that's on the 1 hour, on the daily time frame. That's a big deal. This is, yeah, it is what it is. Jasmine's the last one I got on my list. Then we'll start peeling off those requests there. Jasmine, whoop, baby, is that looks Adam and Eve-ish there? Possible in the smaller time frame would look that way. We're below a major trend line and below the 200 here, so we're technically bearish. We're above the 9, above the 21. Things are starting to turn around, but man, this chart's messy. Let me clear this off a little bit. Zoom out. Just let's go to a 3-day. Cut some of this noise out. Jasmine's got a noisy chest chart. Let's go to the weekly. Cuts a lot of that noise out. And now it kind of spells out what's really going on here with Jasmine. 150, 21, yeah, we're good, but 9 is trying to cross over that, which could push us back down to 0.015. Keep that in mind. I'm just saying, she's trying to make a comeback, but she can easily come up to 2.4 and then roll the freak back over. That's kind of what I'm seeing happening here with Jasmine, actually. If I had to guess and speculate, I would think that could be a very good idea, and she would eventually come back down to this 0.012 area. Could happen. Right now she's holding the 618, and so I don't want to badmouth her while she's there. And maybe at 0.019 it will hold, but she's in danger of losing it. I'd say it's possible with moving averages. You lost this trend line, and we could be coming all the way back up here to bearishly where you did. Really? For real? You want to try that? All right. Well, it does say these ideas. have a bearish retest there. Could have a bearish retest there. I can't. 0.025, where these two are meeting. That's what I want to see what happens there on the weekly. On the daily, she's below the 200 moving average. Could get rejected here. Could break up and start coming back to these areas that we're looking at. Could. I would hope so. I would like that. If I had to look at my bigger moving averages, the support is up and to the right, so we got that. This kind of spells out some chop to me before she actually comes up. Not excited. This one will take a little while is what I'm saying. This one's not going to be the, oh wow, man, I just made $300 off of Jasmine. It's going to be like, oh man, I think I'm up $3. Oh, now I'm down $2.50. She's going to be a little like that. Take a look at ORAI, if I can spell it. ORAI chain. I like this one. I'm in this one. I got a DeFi stake in. I'm huevos deep in ORAI. I got two separate little bags, two separate little accounts over there working the DeFi angle on that. On the daily, she came down to the 800 moving average, found support there, and now she's trying to recover the 600, which is in this rightful place above it. I like the moving averages. They give us, you know, we just came down to the depths. This was hope and pray that should be the bottom. We lost this big trend line, which is, yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of that. That's probably not going to affect us anymore. We had this trend line going on, and we might have, it's too early, but maybe there's a little something over here. No, not really. It didn't even touch that, did it? I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, there is a little something from here, and then it wicks down to that line and then touches. So there might be something. I'll go with that. That's all I need to see for me personally. I'm like, I ride with you. I like that idea. I'm ballsy that way. I might check it for a bottom, check its bottom temperature, man it over, put that thermometer up it and see if we got something. And yeah, we are in some bottom and Fibonacci areas here. Not a full extension of it, but hey, that's where it can count. We got a trend line. I think we got a good chance that we've seen. Are you down to 569 for real? For real? The price just now caught up with me. I'm used to seeing ORAI chain around $14. So me seeing it at $5, I'm like, wow, we rode that one down, didn't we? She'll come back. So this one's been pretty cool for DeFi plays for me. I've just been building it over. I do a lot. Most of my DeFi I do over on Cosmos ecosystem. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where prices got to go. Look at that. You do it every time. 236. You just do it. 236 will tell you what's up. So we got the 360 moving average here on the daily, and our little magical fib line giving us some confluence that this is the area it's got to go and retest at $8. So we should see at least start coming back up to the $8 area. We needed to get past that. Of course we do. So we can start going back to $14, $15, $20. All right. Now I have not dived into this chain as much lately because I just mainly do it for DeFi, but they got a lot of AI stuff going over there. They got like some mid-journey stuff going over there. They're doing some stuff and putting out some good products and services. I looked at it and I was like, man, I really need to check out. I could probably use this on my stream or channel with some of the stuff that they're doing. And they're branching out. They're actually putting this into play. It's not vaporware. They're actually doing stuff with ORAI chain over on the Cosmos ecosystem. A lot of people bad-mouthing Cosmos because it's not performing, but I will say this: if you paid attention to the developers and everything, they came out from the get-go and said, "I don't see why people want to invest. It's not really." They were just going it for real. We're not really trying to make the coin worth a lot. We're just building a layer zero so we can get something interoperable for everybody. It's definitely been rewarding having Cosmos staked over the past, I would say 5 or 6 years for me. because I didn't cash her out. I just let her stake and airdrops. Man, that made it worth it right there. So I got nothing bad to say about Cosmos. Even if she's down, I'm up because of what it's given me just be participating in that system. All right, so Ori Chain, $8 is where I really want to look for. If you're looking for shorter term time targets and stuff, that swing high from here to swing low says this one would be a good one to look at, 698. And of course, she's got to get past same rules apply here with the fib. Star 236 tells us where she's got to get above to make a recovery. In other words, this will be accumulation through here. Great place to accumulate, my personal opinion. According to the jar, this is the best time to accumulate this one right now. 568 in those areas. Anywhere below 590 because she's headed towards 7 and beyond. Theta. Let's check out Theta real quick here. Oh, you making some. Oh, good to see you finally getting above $1. This one got scary low, man. She got down to 89.90 cents. And if you've been seeing it when she was around $3, that's been this year. Wow. She got up there, and if you didn't pay yourself, which I didn't really do it, maybe a little, not like I should have, not like I'm going to now though, baby. My game plan is set now. My limit orders is set. I'm just waiting to get paid. So that was the hellacious drop. I mean, imagine. You see your portfolio drop 72%. You got $1,000 in on this guy, and it drops all the way down to now they were $250. What happened? Yeah, that can mess with your head just a little bit. Imagine if $1,000, or I'm sorry, $10,000. Where did all the money go? They want to tax you on your unrealized gains, or are they going to help you out with your unrealized losses? They going to come and help you out? Hell no. That talk is nothing but pure fucking communist bull crap. I'll call it for what it is. I may lose some people. Hey, I want to give well, let's go ahead and do our TA. Don't forget. Theta, is she coming up? She going to do something? Looking on the smaller time frames, I like what I'm seeing here. 360 moving average will come into play. That's about 145 at the moment. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, and we're headed there. 136. Probably get a little bit of a hiccup there and over here at 150. So those will be the two major areas short term we got to pay attention to. Eventually we'll get a breakout. We'll start heading back up to $2, $3, but that has not happened yet. We've got something going on in my 172s. Ooh, cannot forget that. Gotta mark that guy. She's screaming at me and said, put me on there. $1.88. I'm for it. Let's go, Theta. Let's start making a recovery. So far, we got a chance. Ichimoku Cloud's not totally sold on the idea, but hey man, as long as total 3's going up, well, it's time to start paying yourself. We gonna jiggle jangle a little bit, so shout out to 1,431 people subscribing to this channel. I appreciate that. Now this number is I've only gained 2 in the last 28 days. Actually, the last 2 months I've been kind of flirting with 1,430, and I gain 2, lose 2. That's like 2 people can't decide if they want to subscribe or not, and that's just how this game is played, I guess. But appreciate each and every one of you. I don't know. I'm going to give this YouTube thing probably another 6 months. Been doing it for over 2 years now. This is as far as I've gotten. No, it's not the greatest point in the market, but eventually you got to do a cost-benefit analysis. Is this worth my time and effort to be over here to try to do it, at least in the way that I do? Those thoughts are going through my mind, just throwing that out. So if there's any way that you can help the channel, like just spreading word out there, sharing, throwing links out on Twitter, X, or whatever in your other little groups or something, I would appreciate it, but not expected, but that could help and might make me feel a little bit better that, hey man, maybe people take me seriously or something. If not, we do have a community that resonates, and I want to be around for those guys, for you guys. because this is about making that life-changing money, and I'm just trying to help you avoid the mistakes that I've made and avoid some stupid, and maybe show you a few things that can help you out, and you might be able to show me some things that help me out. It's a give and take situation, really. We all learn from each other, and that's the beauty of crypto, what it should be, my personal opinion. It gets a lot tribal, it gets a lot crazy, it gets a lot of hype, even in the influencers over here. And there's always those that are trying to, I told you it's going, I told you that this is going to happen, I told you. And those are the worst, the I told yous. Because they're their ego talking rather than them actually trying to help. And it's all about, you know, the attaboys. Yeah, you guys already know all that stuff. But it's easy to get caught up on any YouTuber. It's so influential. I find myself watching somebody's TA is like, oh, really? Oh, I want that coin. It's for everybody. It's just crazy. Theta, I think Theta's got a good chance. You got to give it some time, unless she's not going down, right? Let's check in with you guys real quick. Linda says, I bought more Atom yesterday. I like it. I haven't bought it in a while, though, but I still like it. I still got mine. Staking. Caspa's getting involved with the energy sector, a multi-trillion-dollar industry. It's called Key, says Mr. Miles. Cool. Caspa needs to keep on doing that stuff. KRC20 is one step closer to relaunch, too. People notice the wallet's updating. Yeah, I've seen some information about that. And Caspa has 10 BPS on a roadmap now for roughly 6 months from now. Nadra says, hang in, Road Dog, don't quit. Well, give it a little bit more time. I mean, I know there'll be some point in the bull market that would naturally kind of bring some more people over, but I gotta be honest with you, I expected a lot more growth out of this. Strangely enough, when I quit experiencing the growth, I had more growth when I made the little videos, the little coin videos. That brings subscribers to the channel, but that's not what I want to do. I get more information out on the live streams, and this is just not as popular on my channel for the live streams. And I try to figure it out. I don't know if it's the face, the get up, because I don't want to put my face out here. I just don't want to do it. It's not as pretty as it used to be anyway, and so that has something to do with it too. But I just I'm cool with this. I don't know. We'll see. Mr. Ross says, wait till the bull run. You'll see the numbers come in then. Nadra says, we need more Texas. Don't leave. Well, I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon, but it does kind of, sometimes you just see like, really? I mean, that got no traction whatsoever. And I know I could probably learn a few things and do a few things, but I'm not going to be a slave to the algorithm. I've already made up my mind about that. You got some YouTubers out there saying, well, I've been doing this every day for blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and they're just so, sometimes that's cool. I don't know that you're going to bust the Guinness Book of World Records for being the longest streamer, because we've had nightly news going on for decades. I just got to say. Apples and oranges. But to me, I'm like, sometimes I see that it's a slave. If they freak out and get all this anxiety if they can't get there, they do like hell stream today. Find some way to it's crazy. I don't want to be a slave to the algorithm or to anything. Anyway, getting off on some crazy topics there. Not really all that relevant. What else is popping off today? We'll take a look at stacks. Some of the usual. I'm on the 2-hour time frame. There's some people, some analysts that really swear by this 2-hour time frame, and sometimes I look at it and I'm like, it is it's a lot less noisy, and the moving average is just kind of a lot cleaner and more respected than sometimes. So there's an idea if you're looking to play around with a time frame. 2-hour, it's good to experiment a little bit. When it comes to Fibonacci, no matter what time frame you're on, it goes by price action. Swing high to swing low tells us that 166. Maybe as far as she goes right now for stacks, and I'm very pleased that you're right there. That means I should be having a sell order. I gotta go check my account, baby. This is what I'm doing with my spot margin. And while we're in this range, man, I've got sell orders on every freaking Fibonacci I can pull, local and bigger. Even on the bigger pictures. That's how I de-risk. That's how I got my account kind of in a healthier state right now, where I can concentrate on number go up, and if we get a pullback, I can take advantage of those pullbacks and really start building those positions more. That was critical. I went over that in the membership streams, and hopefully that's been helpful. Because sometimes we just get overextended and we kind of get things out of whack a little bit in our portfolios or our trading plans and everything. And sometimes we just gotta, have a come to Jesus moment and just kind of recenter and regroup and go back over our plan and redo things. I'm a big proponent of that. Can we get 183? I hope so. As long as total 3 keeps wanting to go up, we can break these. We don't have to roll over here. We made a higher high. We're on the 2 hour here. We're above the 800 and the 600. No, they need to cross a little more bullish. That'll come in time. Well, it's kind of good for stacks. It's kind of good for a lot of these altcoins right now. So it's actually surprising me, because really, for real, and we're at a place with Bitcoin where they could just roll us over and go for a lower low. So if that happens, of course, all these gains in altcoins will go. We don't know, but it's a good sign. What I'm seeing on total 3, altcoins are starting to show some life, and we need that, because they've been showing us some death for too long. Here's an oldie but goodie boomer coin. It's good old Link. Interlink Electronics on the NASDAQ is $4. That's cheaper than our regular chain link. That's not the one we're looking for. Chain link on Coinbase. Let's look at you. Oh, we got a trend line here. What's up? Zoom out. What the hell is going on here, Bobby? I can't even see this. This was the range she was in for so long. Why are we even in Chainlink? It's $5 to $7, maybe $5 to $9. And there was something going on. Every time that Chainlink would get up here and reach these areas, Bitcoin would dump. Every time Chainlink got up to $9, Bitcoin would dump. That was becoming a thing. I haven't looked at those ideas, the correlations with the peaks with Bitcoin lately. But that was a idea that was panning out. So a lot of accumulation on Chainlink at those prices, and we come back down to the tops of those prices. You find that interesting? I find that interesting. We came back down and touched that level as a retest, which happens a lot. So one thing you need to always remember, that after these coins take off without you and you feel like you missed out, there is usually always a retest. If you wait long enough, especially if you wait long enough. It didn't look like it's ever going to happen when Chainlink was going up to $22, did it? Well, look what happened. We came all the way back down to $8. 800 moving average, 600 moving average. We're above it. We're looking good. It means that we're starting to head up toward this guy, about $14. Let's go, baby. Do it. Make daddy some money. She's a slow one to play, but I think this is the legacy markets. When they start coming in with BlackRock, remember, they're going to open up an exchange in Texas, 24/7, tokenize everything. Chainlink. You want Chainlink. I know, it's a boomer coin. It's like, I don't ever do nothing. Chainlink. Yeah, I was slow too getting in on it. Then I lost it. Now I have to put forth effort to rebuild this bag, because Chainlink, interoperability, all the cool stuff they got going on. It's one that I think you don't want to sleep on, honestly. I see they're headed up to $12.30 and then up to almost $15 right there. 200 moving average up there, just a waiting on her. I doubt that she sees 1680, but hey, it's always, we always got to put that one on as a possibility. Chainlink. It Kung Fu is strong. She are doing things. Look at the shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside. Oh. Easy. Is it really? Might we have a falling wedgie? Might we have a big Bart Simpson butt crack? Might we have a bounce where it counts and we can start coming up to 15? That's what I'm looking for. Play the ranges, baby. It may only make it up to 613 something in this area. That's why I got little orders. Just sitting waiting for it. Pay thyself, I say. Pay thyself. Grimmer says Q&T. Is that thing still? I'm debating where I'm trying to build this bag up or not with what I've got, what I was left with after she came down to $50. Liquidated my spot margin position and left me with a 10% bag, 10% of what I had. She's trying to break out. You got to show me a lot, Q&T. I've had so many conversations with you. I'm just tired of it. Can you get back to $100? This one's been disappointing. It really has. It's ISO 2022. Do you hear anybody talk about that anymore? Do you see how the narratives come and then how YouTube jumps on the narratives and starts feeding the narratives and, oh, I need to get this in our portfolio around this narrative, and then the narrative dies off and it's forgotten about and number goes down and there's always a new narrative popping. Yeah, that's crypto, and I'm not trying to sound jaded, but that's just, and I'm at this point, I'm like, I'm done with your freaking narratives, man. Satoshi VM, SABM was probably the last little narrative play that I was like, yeah, this is it, I'm done. They're very clever at get you. I mean, the influencer thing, and on you people, I think they're just trying to get on what's popular and talk about what people are looking at and stuff like that and what's hot, and that's what keeps coming to the forefront. And it's the VCs behind all that like to really get in there and finagle things. But I mean, the narrative is good. If you're in the narrative before the narrative pops off, you're doing it right. If you're getting into the narrative when everybody's talking about it, you're late to the game, man. Every time. Take that to heart. Take that to heart. If the narrative is already popping off, then you missed the ride. You need, it's the best if we just sit on the sidelines, wait till the narrative gets forgotten, and then if you want to try to make the play. They're good at getting you in, chasing them green candles. They're experts at it. We try to change our mindsets and not do that as much. And Q&T, I don't know if this will ever have a hot narrative again. I'm sure it will at some point, but swing high to swing low. Where the hell are you going to go? $73. I need to see you do something over here at $73. Then we can talk, Q&T. Then we can talk. Mr. Mouse says, Algorand, another ISO 222 that hasn't done well either. I had forgotten about ISO. Yeah, everybody has. Yeah. Well, it's going to play such an important part, especially with the CBDCs and all. It's usually those I told you so, listen to me guys, influencers out there that push this, that help escalate these narratives. So another thing, I try to stay away from the guys that show a lot of ego, that bravado. Now the algorithm loves it, but your portfolio will suffer from it if you're fall prey to all that showmanship and everything. And that's just, you don't believe me, then give it a try, give it a ride, and see what you think. One of my favorite things is when there is one morning trader, and I listen for some key phrases whenever he comes out and says, well, who are you going to, I probably don't know anything. I've only been doing this for 15 years. What do I know? You don't have to listen to me. He's drawing some flag to the upside or something crazy, and somebody is saying something sensible in the chat because they probably see something and just sharing, and they take offense and they're so caught up on themselves. But usually every time I hear that phrase, I've been doing this for 15 years. Oh, I probably don't know anything. Why should you ever listen to me? Blah, blah, blah. Every time I hear them do that and whatever they're saying that they're trying to be all smug about, it fails. It's because ego is one of the biggest things. Your mentality in this whole game. You're fighting against yourself. You're trading against yourself. Screw everybody else and screw their portfolios, what they got. A lot of times we want to look and, oh, I don't have as much as they do, or they seem like they're doing, you know, they're making all the gains and this and that. It's against you. You're not trading against them. I don't care what you're hearing. You got market makers out here. That's who's trying to take your money. That's who's making the bids come to you and the ask and all that. But you are trading. You're doing this. This whole thing is against you and your mindset and how you look at this market and how you kind of weed out some of the other noises out there. And hopefully with this channel that we can kind of weed out some of that noise and do some stuff. But you know, even then, you have to commend yourself for having the balls to be in this market, though. You do, because you can make life-changing money. Hopefully we can do that on this channel. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. It's time for me to leave. It's 11:34. Cut this stream short. If you can hit that like button, I would really appreciate it a lot. Help this little tiny channel grow.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see you guys again tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging out. Road Dog is now officially out as soon as he can find that end screen.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog.
Win Beetlejuice filter? I don't know that I have that.
I don't need to analyze.
I've got an old bootleg copy of Snapchat. Now I like the facial filters, but I haven't found any other company that's actually doing AI face filters and stuff. Especially if I could design one, I would like that. So if you guys hear anything, keep me posted on that. Mr. Mouse says a secret to building channel numbers: do some YouTube shorts. I hate shorts. Pound out a quick TA videos on popular coins. I did. You don't get paid, but it's amazing for channel. Yeah, they do. The little coin videos, they did help. That's when my numbers started falling, is when I stopped doing those. I think I'm too lazy to do that. I was going to snip some out of the streams, but then I forget to. So it all comes down to me and the effort I put into it, though. So. Growth can be slow. I appreciate the kind words, guys. I did too, do Casper? Did I? I'm pretty sure I did, Casper. Maybe I didn't. What is wrong with me? Good night, everybody.